G'day men, and welcome to the HPF community. For those of you who are new, welcome to the tribe. This is something that I'm very passionate about, very proud of, in really you taking the steps to become part of something that's going to help you not only get out of your own way, as we all need at times, because none of us should ever go it alone, but ultimately find solace in the fact that, you know what, you're not alone with what you're going through, firstly, and secondly, there are environments that can nurture you, support you, and help drive you forward inside of your life. So what I'm going to be going through, men, is really the one thing that we all need at this stage at the moment. And this is exactly what you need as well. And ultimately, funnily enough, when it comes to relationships, marriages, and even business to a degree, it's the one thing that is necessary for life to thrive. And when we're looking at the uncertainty in the world at this stage and what's happening, there's a lot of uncertainty that creates a lot of friction and a lot of chaos, and ultimately leads to hesitation, not pulling the trigger, things out of fear, and really pulling away from being in a state of creation, which means we're in a state of destruction. The one thing that we all need, and the one thing that you need right now, and that I need, and that we continually need as fathers, as husbands, as men in this modern world with what's currently happening, is stability. Just a short piece on this one for you guys. Stability is a key foundation from which everything can lift up on. This is a big breakthrough for me. You know, like when I look back in my life when I was living in my gym for a period of time, it's something I was actually ashamed of and not very proud of. But when I look back at the patterns that were prevalent inside of my marriage, inside of my business, inside of my own head, it became pretty clear there was a very chaotic life and period of time where I wasn't getting sleep, had Stella, our newborn. It was a nightmare in trying to connect with my wife, with her trying to recover with her issues. I wasn't speaking her love language, she wasn't speaking mine, and there was breakdown. Why would I be surprised? I look back at that stage, I'm like, fuck man, I didn't create any stability for my wife, for my family, for my business, and ultimately led to me leaving home or getting kicked out and leaving my gym for a period of time where I would literally go and park around, this is only 4 years ago, go and park around the back after the last session at night, and then park around the front in the morning, open up the gym at like 4 a.m. and pretend I came early just to do a gym session. I can't tell you enough how much shame and judgment as well as blame that there was. And I'm going to save that for another day, because when we're talking about the three role-playing characters inside of your life, there's the judge, the victim, and there's the one. I wasn't being the one. I was being a judge to myself with shame, and I was being a victim through accepting that and also blaming others. So because I didn't have the stability I needed inside of my life, it led to breakdown with my wife and what she needed, which people think is security, but it's actually stability. Because when you've got that foundation, that creates certainty and control inside of your life and what you should control, not reaching out in an overarching extension of trying to control other people, places, and things, which can be either toxic in being triggered in your temperament and nature, and especially aggression as men going, we don't understand, we're frustrated, or also suppression and pulling back. It leads to actually having freedom inside of your life, because you've got a foundation of stability which creates certainty and control, which are two pillars that shoot you up to ultimately having more control over yourself, more certainty through your actions and your environment, which equals freedom. Please understand, man, this is a critical thing that we all need right now, which is why I created the HPF community, because I want to create a level of stability for you. This is our sanctuary. This is your sanctuary. To be able to dive in without judgment, create a great dialogue, comment in the section below that's available for you to create dialogue with each other, and to have shares, revelations, and takeaways from a lot of the mindset pieces and a lot of the intimate details and things that I'm going to be sharing with you that you won't see anywhere else at all. So when we're talking about stability, there's one key thing that I just want you to focus on and really apply to your life immediately, because above all else, some of the podcasts and some of the different coaching sessions inside the tribe, outside, and everything that I deliver, there's always one thing that trumps all, and that's taking action with the knowledge that's been given. Yeah, there's always a golden nugget. Even if there's something that I say that doesn't quite line up with you, you can't connect, you don't understand, you don't have the perception around it, or even if you don't agree, find that nugget in asking the question. And this is how to think, not what to think, but how to think and approach something that helps you get out of your own way and continually move forward inside of your path and your journey. So when we're talking about stability, the one thing that we all need right now that creates certainty and control from which we can have more freedom in our life, which gives us purpose, gives us significance with our family, with ourselves, with what we provide to the world. The one way to get this is why yoga and other bits and pieces, like what we call creating space, are so effective. The one way to get this is to actually bring everything back into the now. See, the problem when I was falling apart in my relationship with my wife and my family is I was too chaotic and stressed in what was happening in the now. I actually wasn't even present. I was just reacting, not responding and creating life, which means I was bouncing between past pleasure or pain, future fear or fantasy. Both of those are an illusion. They don't actually exist. They get created from the one thing in which we are expressing and experiencing life, which is the now. So because I wasn't living here and I wasn't present, and I didn't create that subconscious conditioning by actively being aware of it, everything turned to shit. So one thing I want all of you men to practice and focus on is finding a way to create space. Now look, it's a term I love using and it can mean many things. It can be going for a walk, with or without the dogs, with or without the family, generally by yourself is great. Going for walks, are awesome. Getting out with nature, surrounding yourself with a higher level of significance, more often than not, is nature. Animals, pets, they can be amazing things in realigning our energy and calming us. But what you want is peace of mind, and you just want to get time back. Remember, time is a measurement that we've created as a tool for leverage in societal structures, in commitment, in different purposes, in different areas of life. But ultimately, it's something that we let run us instead of understanding that without us observant and present in this moment, the time actually doesn't exist. So when you're looking at that construct of you being chaotic and reactive to everything in life, it's because you are not the master of time. You need to take time out for yourself and create space for yourself. Whether it's walking, podcasts, music, listening to this, taking a moment, writing down some journaling. The reason why I love writing is it's amazing because your thoughts are faster than the speed of light. You cannot literally, with your physiology and your muscles, keep up with that, which means you must force your mind to slow down. And this is the one thing. You want stability? This is how. Stop everything, slow down, stop the world, and just be present. It's why yoga, not commercial yoga and all that BS, but doing yoga properly can work. It's why even a workout, exercise at a lower intensity, keeping the heartbeats under preferably 130, 140, can actually be a form of meditation for me because I'm taking time out, creating space, and actually physically and mentally investing in myself to have an outlet so I can handle all the whirlwind, the chaos that's coming my way. When I'm talking about the 3 role-playing characters, which I'll do in another video, you are the one. You must be one level above all of the chaos. Not blaming others, not shaming yourself, being present here and now. And that is the only way that you can start carving out your pathway to victory with what lays ahead, the adversities you currently face, and that includes the little voice inside and getting out of your own way and breaking through that glass ceiling. Yes, environment can help. Yes, mentors and coaches can help. But ultimately, what it must come down to is you valuing yourself to take time and space out just for you to create that realignment. That's the first pillar of HPF, alignment, and that's critical. Where are we going and why? Not point minus A, the alternative, which too many men fall into the pit of because they lack that belief in themselves, but actually being crystal clear on where you are now, stripping the layers back, peeling the layers back and going, this is where I am. These are the facts. This is the truth I need to own. Now let's take this and get crystal clear on where we're going. Mate, I promise you, you cannot do that if you're not slowing down, just breathing, and just being present. You know, like a phenomenal, as we wrap this up, a phenomenal exercise I love to do, and I do it before bed. You can do it at any time. There's some great ones where cooling postures, laying down on the ground, legs up on the wall, but breath work. Before you go to bed tonight, do this for 3 minutes. It's like 15 breaths. Breathe in 4 seconds through the nose and then 8 seconds through the nose. Just do that for 3 minutes. I have an Oura ring. It tracks my heart rate variability, my sleep, my performance and readiness scores. Like, it tracks a lot of different things. That improved it by 15 to 20% the next day. 3 young kids under 5, like, it's still challenging and hard, right, without sleep, because I wake up 4 to 8 times a night because of the squids. Very hard. So for me, it's like, all right, well, how do I get value out of that? I mean, yes, I've got my supplements, my nighttime stuff, and I've created my own nighttime tea, which I love. It's awesome. But how about this breath work, which is really evolutionary when you look at stuff like Wim Hof and what that guy can do, purely because of the state he can put his physiology in, because of how it's connected to the one thing that keeps you alive. And if you don't have it for a certain amount of time, which can be several minutes and that's it, you're dead. That's oxygen. But the point and purpose, like everything behind the point and purpose of everything that I'm going to share with you guys, is to help you improve your circumstances. And one of those ways is creating stability inside of the household again. You get home, before you walk through that door, man, regardless of what gets thrown at you, sit in the car, sit back, 4 seconds in, 8 seconds out. You do that for 3 minutes. That's 15 reps. You do that for 3 minutes, and I guarantee you that's going to shift your state. It may elevate your state and you can maintain it, but it's going to hold you on a level where you can handle the chaos, you can handle the stress. And then what you start to do is find who you are again, whether it's a bit longer, going for a walk, creating space, reading, writing, journaling, all the moving parts that actually make you who you are right here and now in the present. It may sound simple enough at times, and I understand, I get that, but as fathers, with all the different hats that we wear, there's a lot of chaos that makes it too hard to invest in ourselves. When you've got 1,000 minutes a day, mate, give yourself 1%. That's 10 minutes. Give yourself 1%, get out of your own way, and give back to you so you can turn up and be 100% for your family, because guess what? You're giving back to yourself first. And when you create this foundation of stability, mate, I promise you guys, when you do this properly and create a foundation of stability inside of yourself, you're more attractive, you're drawing others in, you're the rock, but you've also got the principles in place so you can become a rock for yourself, whether you have someone else to be strong for you or not. in coaches and mentors and whatnot, but you're actually fortifying who you are by making sure you're committing to yourself first so you can be more for your family. Being half Italian, I've seen it, man. They give and give secret deals under the table, then they fall apart. Hey, what about me? And people are like, well, I didn't ask for this. This is where clarity is important. We'll talk about it another time, but starting with you guys and you first and personally, create stability inside of your life again by stopping the world, slowing everything down, taking any line of practice. And I'd love you guys to please share, comment below revelations, takeaways on this video, and comment below on how you create space. How are you creating stability inside of your life again? Not security, not houses, cars, money, nice things, actual stability, physically and mentally in who you are, to have that framework that you can then carry through to those who are depending on you. Just like there's plenty who are depending on me, mainly my children, the mouths that I need to feed. And man, are they hungry at this stage. It's crazy. I hope you enjoyed this, fellas, and I hope this served you well. Stability, the number one thing. It's what your wife wants. It's what your business needs. If you're running a business, it's what you need. It's what we all need, from which we can create a foundation and platform to create more certainty through the right actions, more control, which liberates us and gives us confidence and competence and courage to get after it. But ultimately, it gives you the tools and the pathway, and use those exercises that just slow down the world, stop and bring you back to being present, to actually breathing again, being at peace, and then reorganizing your life from a better state of mind to go, hey, I'm not reacting anymore, and I'm not even responding. I'm stopping and positioning myself so I can reevaluate, get a gauge on where I'm at, and now go and create. Because that's what we're here for, men. We're here to create life. And there's times when you'll go out and you'll hunt, and there's times where you'll be a father and you'll be soft and be wearing dresses and doing makeup just like I do with my girls. Take care, men. Comment below. How do you create space? What are the revelations and takeaways you're getting from this? How are you going to create stability inside of your life for you and your family? And what are you going to do right now that's actually going to create stability for yourself first by valuing yourself, taking time out and investing in you again with something that doesn't cost anything, whether it's breath work, walk, nature, creating space, reading, writing, that's going to position you to turn up better, not just for your family, but for yourself. Take care, men. I'll chat to you soon.